Spo, this morning you talked about a physicality that you wanted and a disposition of competitiveness. I assume a good portion of the game, that's exactly what you saw, particularly on the defensive end?
Yeah, there's things that you have to try to focus on that you, one, that's your identity, and two, that you can control. Because there's so many things that are just so unique about playing this team, with all the movement and Curry and Thompson, still just flying off of screens. You just typically don't play that kind of style against that kind of style night in, night out. So you have to focus on, the things that you can do really well. And those are areas that we pride ourselves on, the loose balls, the rebounding, just the overall physicality and disposition to the game. And we're also understand that we're going to be on the road for a while, playing, the gauntlet on the West Coast. So you want to set the tone, right from the get-go. And, for the most part, I thought our guys brought that kind of effort, energy, the toughness and physicality. And then some of those other, things that, we had some better concentration, but this is a tough team to guard.
Just your view of what you liked from Nico and Jamal's minutes.
Yeah, the big thing, we've had a lot of moving parts, and this has provided our team to have a lot of different guys step up, and that's the way we've looked at it. You want guys to feel involved, feel like they can contribute to winning, feel like they can impact winning, learn how they can impact winning. And, I've said this now for a few weeks, as you're trying to figure things out, a great talent to learn in this league as a team is just learn how to win, and then you figure out all the minutia, and you figure out the rest of the stuff, you figure out the continuity. But the three young guys in particular, RJ, Kane, and Nico, it's not easy. They go oftentimes weeks without playing, but they have to stay ready, as UD always says, to be ready, and then they also have to improve. So they can't just be the same players they are, because they're trying to prove themselves and really establish themselves in this league. But without those three guys and their contributions tonight, we're not winning this game. And they all gave us impactful moments throughout the course of the game. And Kane has been progressively getting better. He's really embraced a role, as a defender and filling the gaps offensively. We never, ever run a play for him, but he finds a way, to either space the floor or cut or offensive rebound. He just fills in a lot of those gaps, those energy gaps. And then Nico, also has been getting a lot better behind the scenes. And we live in a microwave society right now, and particularly in pro sports. He's 20 years old. His head coach has seen progress. If he's not playing, that doesn't mean that he is not making progress or that we're giving up on him. We're developing him. And some of these moments in the G League, I think, are really important. Sometimes it's important when you lose, and then you get angry about it, and you figure out how you can impact winning, the next time. And so he's had great moments in the G League, and he's also had tough moments. And I think all of that is part of player development. But he's been preparing, and all of these experiences have been really good for him. And then when we needed him, in that second quarter, and then also in the fourth quarter, he was prepared and gave us really good minutes.
Hi, Erik. Were you able to sense the Warriors' lack of intensity after that first quarter, and was the message to the team during the break to try to take advantage of that?
No, I did not sense that. No. When you're sitting in the seat I'm sitting in, or I guess standing on the sideline that I'm standing on, you're always on edge that they could go on an avalanche really quickly. When you throw on any one of their games, they're as explosive as any team, in this league offensively, particularly what they've done in the last, 2 weeks. No, that was not our message. It was more about what we were trying to do.
Okay.
Erik, those three guys you mentioned, I know you went to their game in Orlando at the Showcase. I think you and Tyler went where they were playing for
the
Sioux
whole
Falls.
staff. We brought a
Okay,
full bus of people to that game. It was horrible.
I was going to say things
Disaster.
didn't really go well for them on the court that game. What changed for them between then and now for them to produce like this
No,
tonight?
nothing changed. Like I said, all of that's important. And this is the part that nobody really wants to hear. Player development is not just getting shots after practice with a player development coach. It is learning how to impact winning, learning how to embrace a role, dealing with losing, and then almost the shame. We saw them the next day, and they like walked into our team meeting, and they felt so ashamed because we played poorly, and they wanted to play better. Well, I think that's part of player development. You get angry. You start to figure out, like, collectively how you can find some solutions to get over the top and play better and to win. And I think, when there's a score, all of it is good. You celebrate the times that you play well, and then you figure out when you're not playing well what we need to do to, do better. But yeah, that was a tough night, but we've had some good nights. As a staff, we've done a ton of watch parties while we're on the road and they're playing, and we've seen some really good basketball. Most of it has been when we've been watching on the TV and have a few pizzas and beers, but that one we happened to see live. It all worked out. But I thought it was a really important day, especially how they approached it, the next few days to make sure that that wouldn't happen again. But it will. It's competition. You can't always control that. Same thing with Orlando Robinson. He was down there tonight, contributed to a win, had a double-double, 20 and 10. But he goes in with a mindset. Every time we send him on assignment, he wants to have an undefeated record, and I think that's great for player development.
Coach, what should not be lost, other than the shiny object of Tyler scoring in the role that he's been on since he's gotten back from injury?
It's still the decision-making, and he's going to have the ball in his hands. He has a gift for scoring. He has a knack for it. He has just a feel for angles and how to put the ball in the basket. He has great touch. He can do it from all three levels. But then now it's the decision-making because he's being schemed against. And sometimes you get off the ball early. Sometimes you're making plays against traps. Sometimes it's different coverages. Sometimes it's a zone. We saw basically everything tonight. And he's reading the game, sometimes letting the game come to him, sometimes being assertive. And I think all of those things you just learn over the course of time and with experience, and really feeling the responsibility of when the ball is in your hands. It's a team responsibility that you have, and he's just been getting a lot better with that. All right, thank you.
So just your view of how you impacted things coming in off the bench and just being so involved and doing so many different things on both ends of the floor to help get this win.
I mean, we were missing some guys, so, us young guys need to step up a little bit. Opportunity came. I feel like coach believed in me, and my team's believing in me, and that's it. I feel like as long as we won, I did the part of my job.
On a night where you have so many guys out, I know you already know, first of all, you're going to get the opportunity, but it's needed from what you and Jamal provided on both ends, particularly the score.
Yeah, I mean, scoring, it was, the main guys like Tyler, Bam, and Duncan who, making triggers for us. We were just there, the right spot at the right moment, spacing was great, and we just hit shots. That's it. That's what it's all about. We were there to help them, and they actually helped us a lot.
Yeah, but when you're also in the development process, as you are right now, to be able to have these moments where you're like, okay, I can see it, I can feel it, where I'm headed, it's got to be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great. It's what it's all about, to be on the court and play, and felt amazing. I'm really, it's a long process. It's going to be, I just need to believe the course, need to believe the coaches and everybody in my bad. How do you say it? Everybody on the top, like the whole front, the front office and everyone, and that's it. Thank you.
Ben, what did you like most about how you guys were able to pull out this win? Was it the defense in those middle quarters, or the guys who maybe don't always know exactly what they're going to do coming in and contributing?
I would say we sustained for 48 minutes. We held the lead. They made their run, but all in all, we still sustained, and doing that with guys down.
How much of what you guys were preparing for? Because it's hard to think of a night where Steph has that much of a challenge. The threes he's going to have, but the twos you guys got to take some credit for from a defensive standpoint, keeping him in a really tough night from a shooting percentage standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, guys like that, you try to make as many tough shots as possible. And I felt like we did that tonight. We forced them into difficult shots, getting them out their scheme. And we were really locked in on the defensive end.
You guys have won 4 straight on the road, 4 straight overall. With stacking up wins, as you guys talk about all the time, how important is it to start the trip that way?
I mean, everybody's food gonna taste good tonight. But you always want to start off on the road trip with a W. And that feels like it's a spark for us. So, we just feed off this energy and just keep it rolling.
Maybe notice, maybe the second quarter, maybe start the third quarter, that they just didn't have the intensity to match you guys throughout the whole game tonight?
Say that one more time, my fault.
I said, did you notice at any point where they just weren't matching the intensity that you guys were putting out there tonight?
Nah, you can't. You can't say that, because at any point in time, 30 can get hot, and also Klay. Best thing for us was to do is just, like I said, sustain, force them into difficult shots, and we won the game.
Tyler, what's most gratifying about a win like this when you have so many frontline guys that are out and you have to get guys involved who may not usually have those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to our gratitude. The guys, next man up mentality, just coming in here and being able to, fulfill guys that are out, be able to fulfill those spots. Kane, Nico, RJ, just being able to step up and help us to this road win on the first game of a long trip.
How do you view this next layer of responsibility you have? Of course, you get anywhere you want on the floor and get any shot you want, but making sure that it's a part of the team dynamic, getting other guys involved, the stuff you got to do on defense now. You're carrying the whole basket now.
Just trying to be a leader and lead this team. It's all about stacking W's and getting wins. That's all that we play for here, and just trying to do my best job at that is just being able to impact winning on both sides and make my teammates better.
I know you guys are serious about wanting to win every time you touch the floor, but how nice is it to do it to start the road trip?
It's could be a stepping stone for us to be able to win. On the road in Golden State is never easy, especially the first game of a long West Coast trip. We wanted to win tonight and be able to stack wins after tonight. So fly to Utah tomorrow, and we'll try to get another one there before we head to LA.
What did you like most about the way you guys defended an offense that usually is putting up 117, 120, 100 whatever plus?
I thought we did a good job of forcing them inside the three-point line and making them shoot twos, a lot of tough twos. And that's just not an easy, way to beat us is by shooting twos. You gotta be able to outscore us and shoot threes. So, that's when their offense is at its best, when they're flying around making threes for Klay and Steph. So, I thought we did a good job with that.
Thanks, sir.
Tyler, it's been a while since you dealt with injuries, and now you're back 100%. At least you look back 100% out there. Is it good to be finally back playing at the level you're capable of playing?
Yes, a blessing to be out here and play the sport I love. Injuries, sometimes you can't control them, so just happy to be out here and playing with my guys, and most importantly, getting wins.